Hello everyone, welcome to one more video of the channel, and long time I don't talk to you. It's because I've been away for a while. I had my vacation and holiday, also great things happening in my personal life. I'm so happy and as an opportunity to continue with the series of lectures about immunology following this book, but also to discuss different common topics that are running today in society, including not only COVID-19, influenza, but also cancer. It happens that the World Health Organization today, after a robust study, proclaimed that cancer now is the first and foremost cause of death in the world, and not anymore cardiovascular diseases. So the incidence of cancer is only increasing, despite the state-of-the-art of treatments that we have today to fight cancer. It's increasing the incidence and the death rates. So now it's the first cause of death, and we need to be aware. And what I decide to do today as a returning back video is like an opportunity to discuss one of the questions posted by the audience. They were asking me, what's the relationship between vaccines and cancer? Is there a relationship? And what's the relationship? So there is something that is not big news amongst informed scientists, is that our immune system fights cancer in the same way it fights viruses. So this is not big news, and this is discussed in the immunology books. Okay? It's a deep topic, but it's regarded to the way that our immune system fights an infection and fights cancer. So it's a type of immune response that we have that has the proclivity to fight bacteria, virus, and also cancer in the same way. There is a relationship between vaccination to fight a virus and, for example, prevent cancer in the future. There is a close relationship for two main reasons. The first reason is that some viruses develop cancer. For example, the human papillomavirus. After the infection, and depending on the degree of this infection, it might change the DNA of the infected cells to the extent that these cells at some point become neoplastic. They start proliferating because there is a mass in the DNA of these cells after the virus infection. It doesn't happen with all viruses, just a few viruses. So if you have a vaccine that would prevent you to be infected with human papillomavirus, you are actually ultimately preventing cancer. Okay? Regarding COVID-19 and the new vaccines that we have, so if we take these vaccines, are we preventing cancer? The COVID-19, it's a new type of virus, and the history of this disease is still obscure. We don't know exactly what's the ultimate and long-term consequence of the cells that are infected by this virus, for example, in the lung epithelium or neuron cells or even in the gut. So it makes total sense, if you have the vaccination, to prevent a severe disease that would ultimately result in damaging the DNA of your cells. Having the vaccination to prevent a severe disease, the manifestation of the COVID-19 symptoms, it makes also sense thinking about cancer in the future, because the virus itself could, but we don't know, potentially influence cancer development. And the second aspect of the relationship between vaccines and cancer prevention is because vaccines will raise your defense against viruses. And this defense that you have against the virus is the same defense that will fight cancer. It's very important for you to know that we are constantly, in the course of our lives, constantly developing cancer. This is a Nobel Prize topic, by the way, and from the past 50 years. Is not a big news amongst informed scientists, but I'm talking about the conception called cancer immune surveillance. Our immune system in our body is constantly vigilant, tracking for potential cancer cells that are formed in different parts of our body in a daily basis. And our immune system is very effective to detect and eliminate these cells. And the part of our immune system that does that is the same part that is stimulated by vaccines to fight viruses. So if you're stimulating your immune system to fight virus, providing with the necessary tools for that, and I will briefly mention those tools, you are raising defenses as well to track and fight cancer cells eventually formed. You are improving the type of defenses that you have to fight cancer. We know today that the most important cells that have the activity to improve immunotherapy for cancer are called memory cells. And when we receive a vaccination, we not only receive the information to fight the particular virus, but we receive adjuvant molecules inside of that particular shot, adjuvant molecules that will boost our immunity, that is particularly important to create memory cells. And to create memory cells, we need tools for that. We need what we call cytokines. They are particular proteins that drop in the blood and circulate all around to create memory cells. And memory cells are also important to fight cancer and to give good responses in cancer immunotherapy. So it makes sense having the opportunity to be vaccinated against a particular virus is also a good perspective to improve your defenses for future cancer development. But not only that, I'm not saying that, the only way to prevent cancer is receiving a vaccine against the virus. No, but I'm saying that there are positive sides, not only related with fighting a virus, but there are many benefits of receiving a vaccination against a particular disease. So in the future, I can also bring more discussions in the molecular level and explain the papers and the findings and Nobel Prize topics that developed this relationship between the immune response that fights viruses and also that fights cancer. And it's actually the same type of immune response that fights bacteria as well. I hope this is informative for you to make life decisions. And if you have any comments and questions, please just write down in the comments, and I'm more than happy to come here and make videos to reply and discuss with you. Take care. Bye-bye.